Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Citizens Fighting Back. First, I want to give a big thank you to everyone has, um, who has followed me on the Oct Nation TV live streams. Appreciate everybody's support. If you those who have went from the live stream, went from the chat to now join the channel, my channel. I appreciate you guys, checking out my videos. Appreciate you becoming a subscriber. Please stay tuned for new videos. Please check out my older videos so you can learn more about me. I'm pretty open, as you guys know from the live chat, but I appreciate everybody's support. But I want to do this video just highlighting a change. What I've noticed to be a changing tide, and it's been happening for several years. Stories where U.S. citizens across the states are defending themselves vigorously. There's a if you guys want, if you guys are interested in those kind of stories, on Reddit, there's a subreddit called Defensive Gun Use, this DGU, and there's actually two different types. There's one if all the letters of the initialism are capitalized, and one if they're all lowercase. But they're all just stories, basically about just people defending themselves at home, in public, using primarily firearms, but sometimes maybe even using their fist or using a knife, using whatever they have available to them. But it's primarily firearms because defensive gun use. But there have been plenty of stories. We all know about Kyle Rittenhouse. There's Elijah Dickens who stopped the mall shooting in Indiana. And just recently, there was another mall shooting. Actually, I'm going to highlight another. There was a mall shooting, I believe, it was in Iowa, maybe about a year and a half ago. And the guy, it was a father. He was picking out. He was helping his children get some Easter wear, and he was carrying in the mall against the mall's wishes. They had that sign. Usually they have that sign saying no firearms allowed, but he was carrying, and he stopped the mass shooting from occurring, and he was actually praised by the cops for doing so. Well, there was another shooting in a mall in, I think it was El Paso, Texas, where this guy he shot and killed one teenager, shot two others, wounding them, and then later he was shot by a bystander who was carrying. Um, a cop later came by to apprehend the suspected murderer, and so far nothing's been heard of from the guy from the armed bystander as to what happened to him. But I don't believe I don't believe he'll be charged, since Texas has since become constitutional carry. They did highlight that he did have a license to carry. I guess he still has one. Um, Back when they were still issuing licenses, but I believe you can still get them if you ever wanted to go to different states that that requires you that you have a license from the state you came from when you entering in their state. But I'm very happy. I'm happy to see that people are fighting back. People are defending themselves, defending other people. There was another story I remember in Chicago. If I can find the article for it, I'll post it in the description box. There was a carjacking, and they say if someone they have the drop on you, then you might as well just give it up. Well, there's a story of a guy who there were two carjackers. They got the drop on him, and he just said "F it." He pulled out a gun, shot both of them. I believe he shot both dead, and he survived. So I think that a lot of it has to do with they want to have the criminals. They try to have the element of surprise, which is tend to be why they conceal carry their firearms. But a lot of times they're banking on their intended victims are not fighting back. Well, this guy decided to fight back, and he fought back harder than they anticipated, and he shot both of them. But I think had a good outcome. He didn't get carjacked. He got away unscathed. Hopefully, he didn't face any charges because that tends to happen, in different places. But and what's interesting is we also like to pay attention to stories that happen elsewhere in other parts of the world. Like our neighbors in the north right now, there's a story where it was an armed home invasion, and these guys broke in, armed with guns. I think they attacked this guy's mother who was in his house, and she ended up getting into a small shootout. He shot one of the home invaders. Well, it turns out in Canada you can't buy a firearm with the intent of having it for self defense. And this guy got charged. Um, and then there's a soundbite of Justin Trudeau saying that they don't believe in Canada there's no right to owning a firearm for self defense. And and the same thing happened in the UK. Many years ago, there was a guy who had his farmhouse broken into, and he shot. It was two burglars. He shot one and killed him. Shot the other. The farmer ended up going to prison, and then later got sued by one of the people he shot. So I think we should look at what progress we're making here. As little as it may seem, I understand we have the Second Amendment, but as little as it may seem, we're doing well. We're making strides compared to how things are to this day in other nations. So I want us all keep our heads up. We're doing well. I want to give a shout out to Jared from Guns and Gadgets. He just did a video today talking about 5 different states that are heading towards constitutional carry. South Carolina is one of them. If you guys know, I'm in South Carolina, and I'm looking forward to. I believe it has an opportunity to pass, because I think what was a good strategy was to have open carry, in South Carolina pass, and so far nothing has come of it. There's no been increase in crime, no pandemonium, no hysteria in the streets. I should know because I open carry. And also we've had Georgia, which recently became constitutional carry, having an influence on what's going on here in South Carolina, because a lot of people they travel between the states. Jared also mentioned Florida. I believe he mentioned North Dakota, Nebraska. I might be forgetting. I may be missing one other state, but I'm very looking. Obviously, being in South Carolina, I'm looking forward to it. If you guys follow me through the live streams on Ox channel, I'm always talking. I always like to bring up, even though, there's some, like I said, there's a harmless banter that goes on with it. But I like to talk about situations where I believe people could have fought back, and they could have had an opportunity to come out on top rather than being helpless victims. Even if they may have suffered in some form or fashion, it's better to fight back than it is to just let yourself be at the mercy of violent criminals, especially these super gremlins who are terrorizing everyone, day and night. No matter what you look like, no matter what age. I remember one recent live stream, we were talking about a story. I want to say it wasn't back in Chicago. There was a car full of teens, and I think it was a 1-year-old in the car. I think it was a 1-year-old and 2-year-old, and they both got shot. And it's stuff like that that gets me going. It's like, I want people to fight back. I want people to stand up for themselves. I grew up being bullied as a little kid, and I made the decision. That I'm not gonna. When I become an adult, I don't want to go through it at an adult level, and that's why I decided to take self defense seriously. And I encourage everyone else out there to do the same. So please, tell me what you guys think. Do you think we're heading in the right direction as far as gun rights, as far as constitutional carry, as far as self defense? The self defense movement, I believe, is growing. What do you guys think? Please share your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. Again, I want to give a big thanks to those who have followed with me on the live streams on Ox channel, in the chat, and decided to join my channel. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you want to support the channel, go to my YouTube homepage. Look for the not the give up that cheese button. Yes, that was an old button I had on my homepage. But look for the PayPal button and the Cash App button. Make a donation amount, a video amount. All amounts are appreciated. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I'll see what I can do to address them. But that's my video. It's an increase in self-defense. Citizens are fighting back. It's a wonderful thing. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped. And God bless.